Imagine a run-down pizza place. Who's performing tonight? None other than the animatronic Freddy Fazbear. You might have stumbled into Five Nights at Freddy's, but how do I turn a successful video game franchise and not so successful movie into a Magic the Gathering commander deck? Well, you're gonna have to stick around and find out because this is the deck where you win in 5 nights. Now, I thought long and hard about how to make this deck. After all, MW Grace gave me $10 to make it epic, cool, and also epic. My first thought was obviously Ayula, Queen Among Bears, because she's a bear and Freddy Fazbear is a bear. But then I realized it was right in front of my face the whole time. 5 nights at Freddy's. How could I have been so blind? That's right. The most horrifying thing a Magic player can encounter, the day and night system. The only thing scarier than that is a self-plug. Now, if you like wacky, crazy decks like this one, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I'm an avocado talking about Magic the Gathering. That's pretty freaking cool. Anyways, our commander, Tovalar, Dire Overlord, his entire shtick in the deck is one reason. He's the day man. He makes it day, and then he makes it night, and that's all we want from him. We don't need any more in the deck. Having him in the command zone is enough. So, anyway, what is the plan? Let me introduce it to you. Phase 1 is animatronics. Obviously, we've got Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy. All right, and yeah, I didn't draw them all. What am I, made of freaking crayons? Anyway, Friendly Teddy, Freddy, bear toy. Yeah, you see what I did there? It makes sense. I don't know what you want from me. He's a teddy bear and a toy and scary. Moving on. Marvin, Murderous Mimic. This guy freaks me out. He looks like the Scrooge from Polar Express. Absolutely terrifying. He also somehow has a Sharingan because he has all the activated abilities of creatures we control. That's really awesome. Now, Giggling Skitterspike. This dude just happens to be indestructible and does so much damage because whenever they attack, block, or just get targeted by a spell, they explode and deal damage equal to their power to all of our opponents. That is nasty. Stuffy Doll. Absolutely horrifying. Also indestructible for some reason. We pick a guy and we bully them, all right? And I don't know, it's a lore thing because it's like a doll and whatever, it makes sense. There's like a doll guy. It also makes sense when you catch on fire. Stuffy Doll, he burns like the animatronic from that one game that I haven't played yet because there's like a billion of them. But it lore-wise makes a lot of sense. We've also got Attack in the Box, Ragged Playmate, Clockwork Percussionist, Twitching Doll. You see what I'm doing here? It makes sense. It's toys. That's the plan. All right, now, phase 2, obviously, the Bite of 87. Makes sense. Bite down, Rabid Bite, Bite down on crime, Prey upon, and Nature's Way. I know those two didn't have bite in it, but they're bites. They look like bites. It makes sense. Now, obviously, you're probably thinking, wow, you're not being bit very hard. They're just toys, aren't they? No, wrong. You see, the purple man in the lore, he makes the animatronics evil. And so we're going to have our own purple guy because he looks purple to me. Golem Artisan. This guy, you just give him mana, and then he makes our artifact guys terrifying, giving them flying, trample, haste, etc., etc. The main problem is, how are we getting the mana? From the Forsaken Pizza Place and the Basalti Food. You see what I did there? I'm kind of clever sometimes. Anyway, it gets infinite mana from that. Just like how Scott makes infinite games. You know what I'm saying? This guy can just milk a franchise. He really knows how to do it. Anyway. So we get our pizza, we feed it to our purple guy. Then he makes our skittering guy incredibly strong, and then they jump scare our opponents. I apologize for the jump scare. I had to do it. My bad. Anyway, moving on. Phase 3. Nighttime. Of course, night. It's part of the game. 5 Nights at Freddy's. But if our opponents cast 2 spells before our turn, right, then it becomes day. And it's not 5 days at Frederick's. No, it's 5 Nights at Freddy's. So, Tovalar, he sometimes helps if we have enough wolves and werewolves, but that's not in the spirit of the deck, so that might not always happen. Into the Night makes it night. That's good. I like that spell. Unnatural Moonrise makes it night, and it has flashback, so we can do a little... And suddenly it's night again. Isn't that cool? That's 3 night spells. Very nice. Now, I talked mad smack about winning in 5 nights, so let me walk you through it. Turn 1, Soul Ring, tap for Arcane Signet, obviously a classic Quips&Guac opening. Then we cast Tovalar, Dire Overlord, on our second turn. That's night 2 if you're counting, okay? Basalt Monolith, turn 3, tap it, Forsaken Monument. This is all turn 3, all right? So that's 3 out of 5. Then we get infinite mana, so we can cast all our cool stuff like Giggling and Golem, and then we give Giggling guy some steroids from our purple man, and then we bite down on our opponent. Because we are targeting it with a spell, it deals damage equal to its power to everybody. Boom, jump scare one more time. All right, so now we won. And yeah, I know that's not going to happen every game, but it can realistically happen, and I made it so it can. It's whatever. It's cool and thematic, dude. The deck has a freaking clockwork fox. Foxy, am I right? It's got creepy dolls. That's what the game is all about. It's got a dude trapped inside a metal, like, exoskeleton. That's the entire game. Okay, it makes sense. It's also horrifying. All the cards are terrifying. So, yeah, the full deck list is in the description. But hey, that's the end of the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you subscribe, subscribe. And if you want to come hang out with us, join the Discord. It's linked in the description down below. And if you have something you want to suggest, leave that in the comments down below. The most upvoted one I will prioritize, and or if you bribe me with money, hey, it is what it is. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace out.